Being dangerous does not mean being a threat. Those are two very different things. There are people who look dangerous, deliberately or nature caused it, but rarely is this man dangerous. When you observe someone is quiet, but when he speaks, he can be heard loud and clear. He always possesses a slight smile behind his poker face. His attention is pulled in the direction of danger and threat and abuse. He either walks right in front or right at the back, but never in between a group of people. He has no tolerance for bullies. These are hints that you are in the presence of a dangerous beast. If you want to understand truly the meaning of a modern-day dangerous man, then think about the dog that guards the sheep. That's his job, and he is innately good at it. Try approaching the sheep with one of those dogs around. That dog will rip you apart and eat you. That's a dog that guards the sheep from being attacked, and the sheep feel completely safe in his presence. He is not a threat to the sheep. He is not dangerous to the sheep. He is a danger to anyone who is a threat to the sheep. Now that's being dangerous. He does not sit on a mountaintop while having the wind blowing through his mane as he roars. Very far from that. But yet, he is more dangerous at the moment than that lion at the hilltop looking down at his flock of sheep. If that lion tried to attack the sheep, he too would learn how dangerous that little dog is. The dog does not pace around displaying his strength and danger. In fact, the lion looking down from the mountaintop probably just thinks he's another sheep. That's what makes him perfectly dangerous. This dog does not have the requirement to display his presence by walking around like a lion. He knows who he is and what his principles are, and that's all he needs to know to make him dangerous. You may be surprised to learn that there are some breed of dogs who are specifically bred and raised to protect lions. Dogs bred to protect lions. Dog breeds like Abkash, Kangal, Great Pyrenees, and the Commandor. These dogs walk alongside the lions for their protection, for the lion's protection. That's the dangerous you got to be. Protect the people in your home, on the street, in your community, and anyone whose happiness can impact your day and life. Be that kind of dangerous. You cannot fully be a good man if you are not a dangerous man. And you cannot truly be a dangerous man if you are not a good man. It's a paradox, really. Being protective is one of the signs of being good. Protective over your family and loved ones from harm and hurt. So that will mean you will be dangerous to any force that is a threat to the people in your protection layer. So if you want to be good to your people, then you require to be dangerous in this world. You must be dangerous. Now, being dangerous comes with responsibility. You have to understand what side of dangerous you want to be on. You have to understand what side of dangerous you must be on. Remember that heroes must be dangerous too. That's your benchmark. And with that said, it's safe to say that anyone is really able to inflict danger. Anyone. However, you must not only be able to inflict damage, you must also be willing to inflict damage when required. As a man, you should not just be able to inflict dangerous responses, you got to be willing to do that too. If you don't have the ability and willingness to be dangerous for your family that you started, for your friends that you chose, and for the family and community that accept you so well, if you don't have the ability and willingness to be dangerous for these people, then you don't deserve a community. You don't deserve friends, and you definitely do not deserve a family. That is the harsh reality, my friend. If you are not dangerous, then you are weak, and weak is not good. People who go on a firing spree in marathons and grocery stores and high schools, they are weak. People who create animosity between people for their own gain or from their point of view of life, these people are weak. People who come collectively to impose threat or intimidation on a single person, this group and the people in it are weak. People who turn the other cheek and implode with a smile or hold on with a grudge, these people are weak. You need to decide what you want to be: dangerous and in control of your emotions, or weak and a slave to your emotions. Being dangerous is knowing the art of transferring from a completely secure environment into one full of hostility and threat, and shifting between these two states without losing composure the slightest bit. That's dangerous, because when you hold your composure and when you maintain your calmness, you control the situation. You don't need to raise your voice or beat your chest like a gorilla or take the Chuck Norris stance. You just need to use your thinking and your communication. And this is what I will speak to you about in the next session. The steps to take in order to become truly dangerous the right way. It is important to know that naive and weak and harmless people cannot handle tragedies, and they themselves are emotionally dependent. As a man, you not only have no option to be that way, but rather you should look at it as your moral obligation not to be that way. Struggles and tragedies are part of the package here on earth. And your role is to reduce as much suffering and as much pain and as much tragedy in the lives of the people around you. And it starts with you being completely 100% dangerous. Be safe, be positive, be the one people can count on, and never ever give up on being a good person.